Your first question is in what ways can you effectively maximize your turnout for your fundraisers, not just limited to our organization's members, but also to the San Diego community and maybe even further?
So I think that in order to maximize the amount of people we have, we must our first of all, our event venue must be pretty large. And so that would be a huge part of the planning process of doing that and figure out the budget that we can use towards that. But I think we must work with a lot with the PR, the social, and the webmaster in order to get the word of mouth out. And it wouldn't be just student body of getting a word out. It would be we'd have to plan out the event first, and then we'd have to try and figure out how we can accommodate everyone. But I think that in order to do that, it would just be a really cool event if we could put it on just to get everyone involved. And I think if we were to plan a really good event that everyone would be interested in, I think that we could definitely make it happen.
Um, your next question is, oh, name each of the four pillars and describe how each of these can be incorporated into your fundraisers so that you may bring awareness to these as you host them.
So let's see, culture. So culture, I think, is not self-explanatory, but culture would be really important to the funding because I think that culture is very important to the Filipino club in general, just because it's like we say it's encompassed by culture. So I think everyone should be able to experience like what Samahan is all about and should be able to experience Filipino culture like I have learned over these years, or this past year, sorry. Academic. So academic, I know there's Soarboard, and Soarboard has definitely become a huge factor of Samahan, and I really enjoyed so far being a part of that. And Able program as well. Able program and Samahan have both been huge factors and huge keys to like my academic success. And I know that I've kind of able a couple times just to go for it, just to get me to the next level. And I'll come back to the last one, but social. So um, social events are a huge part of the club as a whole because Samahan is a very social club, as everyone knows. But I think that for our position, it's very vital to our position because the funding coordinator has to work with every single person on board and they have to help plan events with like PISA and everyone, whether that be like just all the clubs in Southern California pretty much. But I think that social is very vital to the funding coordinator. And then we have political. So funding coordinator, as far as political goes, I think the best way I can include this would be the inclusion of everyone. Because with everything going on in the world, I mean, there's a lot we can do, but at the same time, there's only a certain amount you can do, you know? But I think that the funding coordinator, since we're trying to plan events that will help the community as a whole and will help the club as a whole, I think inclusion is a huge part of that.